So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Loom module of the Academy. Now, this is a follow-up on the last module where we took a look at how to specifically search for e-commerce clients for your agency. Now, we found 3 qualified leads in the last module, and I've gone ahead and chosen one of those leads that we're going to create a Loom for. Now, I've just taken a break of about 1 hour, and I've spent the last 10 to 15 minutes just kind of researching that brand so we have a little bit of info on them before we actually go ahead and record the Loom. As I also tell you guys in the meeting phase of the Academy, doing your due diligence and your research is very important before going to a meeting with a client, and that same thing goes when you're going to record a Loom for a potential client. So guys, as you know, we have our 3 brands. We have Purple Brand, we have Represent, and then we have Sunto Sport. Okay, those were our 3 qualified leads. Now I've gone ahead and chosen Purple Brand for this specific case, just because out of the 3 leads, I thought Purple Brand was the most interesting case and the brand that I liked the most. I even like some of their designs quite a bit. So yeah, that's the company we're gonna go with. Now, as you know, these 3 companies are all qualified leads, and so if I was on the desperate hunt for clients, I would definitely just go ahead and send a Loom to each and every one of these 3 qualified leads. But yeah, as I said, Purple Brand is the case that I've chosen for this specific case study. Okay, so yeah, we got Purple Brand, and just going in and looking at some of their newer releases, we're able to see all of their designs. And to be honest, you know, you guys know me, I'm not a big fan of streetwear in general, although I used to be a big fan of streetwear. And when it comes to streetwear, I think these guys are doing some pretty clean designs, especially this one. I just like the aesthetic of it. I think it looks quite clean. So yeah, they definitely have some good designs. And then one thing I was very positively surprised to find, well, to discover, is that they use Japanese denim and Japanese cotton for their clothes. And I personally happen to know that Japanese denim feels the best, looks the best, and fits the best on your body, well, on your legs, when it comes to denim jeans. Okay, so these guys know what they're doing. But yeah, as I said, I've done some research on them. As we found out on myip.ms, they're averaging around 1,500 visitors per day. And so, you know, if they have a conversion rate of 1%, this is going to be 15 sales, which would be a little bit low. And then if they have a higher engagement rate of, let's say, 3%, then that would amount to around 45 sales daily. Okay, so without knowing, you know, precisely how much they're doing, we already know that they're probably doing somewhere in the range of 15 to 45 sales on a daily basis. And we've taken a guess that their average order value is $200. Now, coming back in on their side and looking at some of the releases, you can see there's a lot of like 260, but then they also have a lot of t-shirts that all come in at 120, and their hoodies are 260 as well. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that they're selling a lot of these t-shirts, but they're obviously also going to be selling hoodies and denim pants, but obviously most of the volume is probably going to be through the t-shirts, and so that would decrease their average order value. But then they're also going to have, you know, orders where they sell multiple items or these higher valued items. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that their average order value is somewhere around $200. Now, obviously, they're going to be moving a lot of volume on these t-shirts since it seems to be one of their main products. But they're obviously also going to have orders where they sell multiple items and where they sell these higher priced items like the jeans and the hoodies. Okay, so their average order value, you know, 200 might even be setting it a little bit low. Their average order value might be higher, but that's what we've gone ahead and set for this for now. So that would make their daily revenue anywhere between, you know, $2,000 all the way up to $9,000. Okay, so obviously their daily revenue would be $9,000 if they move 45 sales per day at an average order value of $200. And if they move 15 sales per day at an average order value of $200, that would be $3,000. So, you know, we could even lift this to 3,000 from 2,000, but I've just gone ahead and said 2,000 because, you know, we don't want to record a Loom and then set the bar way too high and they're like a little bit embarrassed that they're not doing as much as we thought they were. So it's always a good idea just to set a little bit low, kind of just to be kind to the potential client. So this would obviously make their monthly revenue, you know, sit anywhere between 60K all the way up to 250K. Now, obviously, if they're doing 250K through their web shop on a daily basis, this would be a very large client that we could charge a lot of money and that we could also, you know, make a lot of sales for and move a lot of volume for. So this could be a very profitable client. Now, what I actually noticed on their website is that they have a lot of stockists. Okay, so they are in a lot of retail stores In the US specifically, they have Canada here, but in the US, they have a lot of retail stores. So there's no doubt that this is a bigger company, and I didn't discover this until a little bit later in the research process. Nevertheless, I think it could still be very valuable to go ahead and send these guys a Loom, because as I said, their revenue through e-commerce is going to be somewhere around 60 to 250K. Now, obviously, there's a big difference between 60K and 250K, but that's still a price range, and that's still a revenue range that we can keep up with, okay? So moving along with the research, let's see what else we've got. So product pricing, as you already know by now, their t-shirts are selling at $120. Now, from my previous clothing e-commerce clients, I have a rough idea of what their production costs are. So it's pretty safe to say that the production cost on their t-shirt is going to be anywhere between $10 to $20, which obviously makes their selling price 6 to 12 times higher than their production cost. So they have some very good profit margins on these products, which means that, if we were to reach, let's say, just a 3x ROI on our ads, it's still going to be very profitable for them. Whereas I've had another clothing client where, they're selling, their production cost was around $15 for a hoodie, and it was only selling for $60. Okay, so it was a lower price product, and that obviously made the profit margins quite low, and so we had to reach a very high ROI on our ads for the ads to be profitable. Whereas in this case, with such a high markup of 6 to 12 plus, our ads are going to be very profitable for them as long as they're sitting at 2 or 3x plus. Moving down here, we have the hoodies that sell at $260. Now it's also pretty safe to assume that they can produce these at between $20 to $30, which would make the markup 8 to 12x here. And then finally, we have the jeans selling at $260, which are, it's Japanese denim, and it looks like it's very well cut. So it's most likely not going to cost them less than $25 to $35 to produce these jeans, which would make the markup 7 to 10x here. So all in all, across their product range, they're going to have some really high markups and thus some very, very high profit margins, which is a very good thing for us. So all in all, they have a perfect price range for a high ROAS and some very good margins. Now, what I mean by this is it can be quite difficult to reach a high ROAS on very low price products. So I'm saying, products that cost, for example, $30. If you're selling them at, $10 or $15 per purchase, the cost per purchase on your ads, well, then they're not going to be very profitable. Whereas with these products that are in the $100 to $300 price range, we can usually reach some very high ROAS because even though it costs us, $40 to $50 per purchase, we're still going to have a return on investment of 4, 5, or 6x. Moving on here, as I told you guys, it's Japanese denim and cotton. This is definitely something I'm going to compliment them on during the Loom, just to ensure them that I've taken the liberty and the time to actually research their brand and that I know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to say to them also during the Loom is that I personally know that Japanese denim fits the best, feels the best, and looks the best. Okay, so these guys are just going to know that I'm talking from experience here. I'm not some dumb idiot that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Then we have, just some related brands. We have brands like Off-White, MNMLA, which literally just, this brand is one I've only seen on Instagram, and I've seen on Instagram so much. I've never considered buying anything from them, but obviously, we're gonna be somewhat in the same niche here. If you compare this photo right here, you got the cargo, the military print on the cargos here, and I think they have something very similar right here. Yeah, obviously. So as you can tell, pretty similar brand here. Even the t-shirt looks a little bit similar. So we have, related brands like Off-White, MLMA, or MNMLLA. That's a pretty difficult brand to pronounce. And, a brand like Stussy. Okay, so these were just a few related brands that I found. I don't think I'm going to bring them up in the Loom because it's not going to help my case a whole lot here. I just wanted some references on there as well. And yeah, we could even draw a parallel to a company that I found, which was called Looms Studios. Now, the way I found these guys were by going here on the recommended tab and then scrolling for a little bit. And I'm pretty sure they're going to come up in a little while. I found them yeah, there they are. So yeah, guys, these are obviously, they have pretty much the same amount of followers. I believe the other brand has 28,000. Okay, 38,000. Okay, but still, around the same follow range, around the same engagement range. And I'm pretty sure these brands are located pretty much the same place in the world. Okay, so yeah, you could draw a parallel to them. And if I was going to do that, the only way I would kind of draw them in is that to say during the Loom. Obviously, we could draw parallels to a brand like Looms Studios, but in my perspective, there's no doubt that you guys have 10 times cleaner designs. I probably wouldn't say 10 times, that sounds a little bit cringy, okay? But just to say, the only way we could draw parallel to something like Looms Studios is that obviously you guys come from the same area, but you guys have much nicer designs in my perspective, okay? So yeah, you could just draw in a parallel to another brand and kind of make them feel superior and make them feel like you're on their side, okay? So finally here, what is our value proposition to them? Well, we're gonna create profitable social media campaigns at 4 to 6x ROI, and we're gonna write stunning ad copy that suits their brand well. Now I just wanna show you guys these guys on the ad library here. So as you can see, they're already running quite a few ads, but these are all ads with extremely short ad copy, okay? So no descriptions in the ad copies, and all of these ads are literally running on all platforms, okay? So every single one of their ads is running on Facebook, is running on Instagram, Audience Network, and Messenger, okay? Now, I like to structure my campaigns so, some ads are specifically running on Instagram, others are specifically running on Facebook, and then I have the retargeting for the Messenger and the Audience Networks, but I like to, structure my ads so they're specifically working for the specific platform that I'm advertising them on. So yeah, I'm not sure if these guys have an agency doing this for them or if they're doing it in-house. That's definitely something I'm gonna save during the Loom as well. But yeah, obviously we're gonna talk about the ads that they're already running through the Loom, and then I'm gonna draw a bunch of this research into the Loom when I'm talking to them. I'm gonna aim for the Loom being anywhere between 2 to 4 minutes long. I wanna keep it short and concise. And so the way I'm gonna record this Loom is actually by connecting the camera that's recording me right now. I'm gonna connect that to my computer through a cam link cable. And so I'm actually gonna stop this recording now. I'm gonna record the Loom, then I'm gonna plug the camera back out and resume this module for you guys. Now, the reason I do this is there's 2 reasons, okay? So first of all, my webcam broke on my MacBook recently, so I have to buy a new MacBook, but also connecting the camera to my MacBook just makes for much better image quality, obviously, but it's nowhere near necessary. You guys will be fine just recording your Looms with your regular webcam. I just do it because I can, and I have the cam link cable. So I'm thinking, why not, okay? So I'm gonna stop this module now, record the Loom. You guys will see the entire recording process, and then I'll continue the module afterwards. See you on the other side. So ladies and gentlemen, we're now ready to go ahead and start recording the Loom. Now, as you can see, I have my notes here on the right, and I have their website here on the left. And so the way I'm going to structure this, I'm going to click the Loom Chrome extension up here on the right, and then by selecting this setting, which is called Current Tab, I can actually go over to the right, read my notes, but they'll still be looking at the website. So I can kind of switch over and secretively read on the notes while they're still looking at the website. That's what this Current Tab function does, okay? Now, obviously you cannot see me down here yet because I haven't plugged in the camera yet. That's because I'm gonna have to stop the screen recording, record the Loom, and then continue the screen recording afterwards, because if I do both at the same time, then my computer will overheat and the audio would be destroyed on not just the screen recording, but obviously also the Loom. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and record the Loom now, and then we'll watch it together afterwards. So guys, we just finished up recording the Loom. Now, I had a lot of technical difficulties during the recording. First, my internet stopped working for 30-45 minutes. Then Loom stopped working all of a sudden. I fixed that within 10 minutes. Regardless to say, I had quite a few technical difficulties, but at the end, we pulled through and we have the Loom finished right here. Now, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna watch the Loom through together. I'm gonna pause it a few times, break down the things I'm doing. Be aware, it's not gonna have the best sound quality due to technicalities, but I will link it below this module so you guys can watch it for yourself on the Loom website with improved sound. Regardless, it's gonna work fine. I just tested it out and we're gonna be absolutely fine. So without any further ado, let's take a look at this Loom. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. I'm also aiming for around 4 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty good. There were a lot of things to talk about, but you'll see that in just a minute. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, you should now be looking at my screen. Let's just rewind it completely, put it into full screen and play it. So yeah. Hello to the team at Purple Brand. I sincerely hope that this video reaches the right person, and thank you for taking a couple of minutes out of your day to watch this video. Now, a little bit of background. My name is Sander Stage, and I'm running my social media marketing agency here in Copenhagen, Denmark. Needless to say, that is in Europe, so I'm quite a long ways from you guys, but that shouldn't matter too much.
in today's world. Now, I recently stumbled across your guys' brand on Instagram, and I had a look at your products, especially the latest releases here in your web shop.
Guys, I'm just gonna pause it real quick. Notice how brief my introduction was, okay? So I just told them where I'm from, what I do, and then I jumped straight into talking about their products, okay? They need to feel it's personal, and that is all about them.
And I was very positively surprised with the designs that I saw. I really like what you guys are doing. There were a few ones that caught my eyes in particular.
So just complimenting a product, showing them that I actually care for the brand, and I'm gonna do that even further now. Watch and listen.
And I was very positively surprised to see that you guys use Japanese cotton and Japanese denim for your clothes, especially when it comes to denim jeans. We all know that Japanese denim feels, fits, and looks the best. So yeah, guys, good on you on that part. Now,
guys, that one hits the nail on the coffin, okay? I'm just, really complimenting and really showing them that I've taken the time and the liberty to do the proper research about their products, okay? I know that they use Japanese denim for their pants, and that, from personal experience, that feels, looks, and fits the best. So really these compliments at the beginning that feel personal and authentic and not just salesy are really good, okay? Let's continue watching.
As I was saying, I'm running my social media marketing agency, Stay Digital, and we're quite a lean agency, really only working with 8 clients, and we're very picky with the clients that we choose to take on. We only work with clients that, first of all, we like your products, and secondly, we know that we can deliver very profitable advertising for. Now, we specialize in advertising on Facebook and Instagram, okay? And so we specialize in e-commerce businesses. So we took a look at your brand from e-commerce point of view. Obviously, you guys are stocked in a bunch of retailers spread throughout Canada, US, and even somewhere in Europe. But that's not what we focus on. We focus specifically on e-commerce. And from what we were able to gather,
so from having talked about their products and give them some compliments and showing them that I actually care about the brand, I continue to talk more in depth about what it is I do, okay? Let's continue watching.
You guys are amounting to about 1,500 visitors on your web shop every single day. And depending on your conversion rate, which I'm guessing is between 1 to 3%, you guys are getting anywhere between 15 to 45 plus purchases on your web shop daily. Now, if you guys have an average order value of between $200 to $300, obviously you guys are doing anywhere between, let's say, $2,000 to $8,000 on your web shop in daily revenue, which could amount to anywhere between 60 to 150K in monthly revenue through your web shop on its own. Maybe you guys are doing more. That's the data I was able to gather. Now,
so just briefly, well, actually in a quite detailed way, presenting the numbers and the data that I was able to gather from my IP.ms and my own calculations, showing them that I have a rough idea of the numbers that they might be doing.
We run ads on Facebook and Instagram, and we do that with a very high ROI, okay? So we always aim and usually hit a return on investment of 4 to 6 on the ads that we run for our clients. And so this means obviously for every $100 you spend on ads with us, we're going to sell your products for around $400 to $600. So that's quite a good margin, obviously. And coming back to you guys' products, you're selling, I believe, t-shirts at $120, hoodies at $250, and denim jeans at $263, correct? So I'm guessing you guys have a markup of anywhere between 7 to 13 plus on these products. So obviously some very good margins, and thus some very good profit margins.
Just showing further understanding of their business, their profit margins, their markups in the products, showing them that I have knowledge in the production costs of their products, and yeah, giving them a rough idea of the return on investment I'm able to grant for them, okay? I'm gonna go more in depth with this now.
Markup, and profit margins. So yeah, guys, we're quite certain that we can run very profitable advertisements for you guys. And I said, we're running ads primarily on Facebook and Instagram. And we noticed that you guys are already running some ads on those platforms, but you have very, very short-term ad copy, and your creatives that you're using for the ads are not even optimized for the platforms that you're running on. We noticed that you're running ads on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, and Messenger. You're all running the same ads, whereas we like to specialize the creative for the platform it's running on, and we like longer term ad copy because we know through our experience and millions of dollars in ad spend that it just sells better, and that's why we can consistently reach a return on investment of 4 to 6 plus. So yeah, I don't want to take too much of you guys' time today. I said this was Sanders Stage from Stage Digital here in Copenhagen, and our value proposition in short is just to come in, optimize your social media marketing campaigns, deliver a very, very high return on investment, and slowly scale up your ad budget to a point where we might be spending, $20,000 per month, and through our ads sell anywhere between $60 all the way up to $100,000 through those ads per month. We can scale your ads very profitably. So if you guys think this sounds interesting, and if you would like to talk more in detail, then there will be a link down below this Loom to schedule a call personally with me so we can talk everything through in detail. I really hope you enjoyed this Loom. Thank you for taking the time, and I look forward to hopefully talking to you.
So guys, just
hello to the team.
So guys, just finishing off there at the end by giving them a rough idea of how much ad spend we could be spending for them, and the amount, the yields they could expect to see from that ad spend. So if they were to spend say 20,000, not if they were to spend upfront, but obviously we told them that we could get to a point where we'll be spending $20,000 per month, and that could amount to sales of anywhere between 60 to 100 plus K in monthly revenue through those ads. Obviously they would be starting at something lower, like $3,000 to $5,000 in ad spend monthly. Okay, but yeah guys, we really got around the full spectrum, okay, in that short 4.5 minute Loom. Okay, quick introduction, telling them who I am in 20 seconds, talking about their products, giving them some very, very personal compliments that shows them that I've actually taken the time to research their brand and their key qualities in their products. Then I'm talking about numbers that I've gathered, data, how many visitors they're getting, a guess at how many sales they're doing daily, a guess at their daily and monthly revenue, just showing them that I have understanding of their business. Then I showed them that I have understanding of their product and their selling price by talking about their markups and their profit margins. And then I'm telling them about, again, what I do at Stage Digital, what we're offering them that we can get them a 4 to 6 X ROI on our ads. And so for every $100 they're spending on ads with us, they can expect to see $400 to $600 in sales. And yeah, then just rounding it off again by confirming everything I've said. I like their products, and we can run very profitable ads for them. Telling them that we've noticed that they're already running ads on Facebook and Instagram, but that they have very short form ad copy and that their creatives are not even optimized for the platforms that they're running on. It looks like they just have some amateur running their ads for them. So just ensuring them and even saying it's not to sound cocky, but we're certain that we can do a much better job than you're currently doing or your current agency is doing. So yeah, that was standard stage from Stage Digital. If you want to talk more in depth, there will be a link to the Calendly so you can schedule a link with me after the call. And so actually I haven't put that yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that down there in the comment right now. So this is my Calendly right here. Oops, there's a server error. Let's see what happens if I refresh. Oh, this internet is so poor. Okay, so we have here the Stage Digital social media marketing call. And so we're just going to copy paste that into the comments right there. And I'm just going to show you what that page looks like. I really recommend you guys use Calendly for stuff like this. They can schedule a call and will be imported directly into your calendar, and you'll get a reminder from your calendar obviously, and will also be automatically imported into your Zoom. And so the way this works for me is that when I open up Zoom, there's just a button that says start next meeting. Okay, so I enter Zoom and the meeting is ready for me. It's like having an assistant essentially. And so yeah, they land on this page, Stage Digital social media marketing meeting, and they can schedule a call with me whenever it fits them. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it for the Loom module. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed not just the last module where we took a look at how to find e-commerce clients specifically, but also this module where I've taken you guys through the researching process. I've taken you guys through the Loom now, broken down the core aspects of it, and yeah, so you guys should be set to go out and find e-commerce clients by now. So yeah, put this knowledge to good use, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm always available, you guys know that.